And then we were ready for the ladder match for the WWE Championship with Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes, and they're going to climb the stairway, the ladder to heaven, and get both the belt, the real belt, and then the Winged Eagle belt that Owens has held hostage. That's going to everybody on this one. And Brian, this was the third match on a show, and the bell came 2 hours and 20 minutes in.
I don't think there's ever been I have to check. I don't think there's ever been a Royal Rumble before where there were only 4 matches in total, including 2 Royal Rumbles.
I can tell you, when I was responsible for booking 1 or 2 of them, that Vince would have had a shit fit. Well, let's just do 4. What? But again, they've set all the records in the world, so the fans for this one were going batshit before they touched, and they milked it because they knew they had him. And that was the thing, again, with the poor tag team guys. People were waiting to see something like this. The title match or the Royal Rumble, or, what surprise are we? Is fucking some legend showing up or whatever. And they knew none of those things were going to happen in the tag team match. But now they flipped a switch. So Cody and Owens get in the fight. Boom. And then they're down on the floor in the aisleway, and Owens body slammed Cody through the struts of a ladder that was turned over on its side and beat him with them. And they fought into the crowd. But here's the thing. I liked the first half of this match better than the second half. And I'll tell you why, because they kept even this shit that I complain about all the time. Now they're going to fight out in the crowd. Now they're going to fight in the aisleway. Now they're going to. They kept it moving. There was some animosity, it looked like, to it. It wasn't like where the guys on Dynamite are just going to put their hands on each other and stagger out somewhere and throw a few punches and then stagger back somewhere. They were moving. They kept it interesting. Owens grabbed a hold of the camera and Cody's head and ran Cody's face into the fucking camera lens. They were keeping it lively. I even noted that it looks so much better than the typical indie level fighting in the crowd. They had more oomph to them. But they did a lot of fighting on the floor. And Owens beat shit out of Cody for a while. And they got a 4-foot ladder. I don't know, maybe it was needed for a midget to saddle a Shetland pony. I don't know. But they beat each other up with that. And then right about the time that I said, I'm really liking a ladder match for once, because it's clear they're trying to make it a struggle and they're keeping it moving, but there's no stupid risks. Cody's selling great. Owens is getting heat. And then Cody backdropped Owens on the edge of a ladder that was laying sideways, and he landed on like the edge of it with the small of his back. And I wrote, well, that was a stupid risk. And then Owens power bombed Cody on one of the ladder. As soon as I'd written, they're having this match and not taking any stupid chances, that's when they started taking the stupid chances. And then Owens built an erector set structure with the ladders and gave Cody a fisherman buster suplex off the turnbuckle onto the fucking ladder. And Aldis and the referees and the agents all come in to check on them because they're both selling. And Sami Zayn came out to check on Owens and then check on Cody too. And, it appears everybody came out okay. But again, they got WrestleMania coming up. And regardless of what Owens wants to do, you've got Cody. It's going to draw you some money. I don't know that he needs to be being battered with furniture 8 weeks out, but nevertheless. Owens, went after Cody, but Cody hit the crossroads. And Cody bounced Owens' head off the desk, and I don't think he hard-weighed Owens. I think Owens hard-weighed himself. The corner of his contact would be made right on your eyelid. Would it?
No.
Or did he just fucking accidentally headbutt the fucking desk with his eye? But anyway, and then he beat the shit out of Owens, and then Owens stopped Cody. and tried to go for the package pile driver on the desk, but Cody stood up under him and gave Owens the Alabama slam through a ladder that was bridged from the apron to the announce desk, and the ladder broke in the, well, didn't break, but bent in the middle. And Owens went upside down with his head, did you see, going in between the rungs of the ladder as he was ass over tea kettle upside down in amongst it.
Yeah, that looked brutal. And actually, my sister was here, and she's not really watching wrestling, but she saw that. When she left a little while later, she turned and she goes, I hope that wrestler's okay.
Jeez. Well, but she never has met him in person, so she would be. But I mean, again, how the fuck? That's a kind of a good way to break your neck if that goes awry. But they love to do that shit. I don't know, they're getting millions of dollars. But one would think that you can come up with another way to get millions of dollars that doesn't revolve around getting thrown on your head at a high rate of speed through a goddamn piece of metal. Just a thought. And then Cody climbed the ladder and got the belts. And it was 25 minutes or so bell to bell. But I said, I liked the first half a little bit, maybe a little bit more than the first half. And then the ring got cluttered up with the ladders broken and turned over, and the stunts took over from the fight. And, you know, it obviously it was good and people enjoyed it and they worked their ass off. But I'm just, fuck. Somebody's going to get paralyzed one of these days.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. We definitely saw more feedback from people wondering if Owens was really hurt or not than we have in a long time, and it looked pretty brutal. And
well, yeah, and I mean, I assume his neck is okay, but the goddamn shot to the eye was, because it was swelled up by the end of the, 5 minutes later, it was puffed up and you could see where the cut was. And as I said, if he was trying to just say, I'm just going to headbutt the desk and see if I can get some color because they don't want me to, you wouldn't headbutt the corner of it with your fucking eye.
No, that's a bad idea.
Either that or he's just got bad aim. I don't know. Maybe he's got depth perception issues.
Where do you think they're going with him and Sammy? Sammy didn't help him win.
Well, and that's another thing that is left open, and we're going to find out about as we get to the chapter on this week's As Raw Turns. But at the same point, Sammy has been making a lot of mistakes and kicking a lot of people in the face by accident lately, hadn't he? You never know. Of course, he could be the victim of circumstance.